Alright, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, or Shem Rakak, Wadash Barakatam. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, shalom, the brother Aram from a Jamaica camp. And this is going to be another word train. However, it's not only a word train, it also is a response video to the brother Kabash, also from the James Jamaica camp. His channel is James Soba Yasharala, and the name of the video is From Childhood to Manhood in Wisdom, right? And we're going to just read the scripture where I'm going to in 1 Corinthians 14 and 20, as the brother is seen on the screen, right? And yes, I'll do a word train upon the word mature, but we'll start straight from the scriptures. As you know, everything is filtered through the scriptures. So with no further ado, 1 Corinthians 14 verse 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding, howbeit in malice be children, but in understanding be men. Right? And we're gonna look up this word men. Right? So play it from the Greek, and then we go through with it.
Strong's G 5046. Teleos.
It's lucky I kept kind of living in one of them busy areas, and play it again.
Strong's G 5046. Teleos.
So it's teleos, right? And it says, this is the word man, right? It says, brought to its end, finish, wanted nothing necessary to completeness, perfect. That which is perfect, consummate human integrity and virtue, right? So basically it's when you have a complete build-up of integrity and virtue, right? And also go down to say a full-grown adult, full of age, mature, right? So in understanding we should be mature, right? As we say, the elders and apostles are very mature in the spirit, right? Now, as it pertains to maturity have a lot of different stages. And as we watch the video, I actually just start going to the word from the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and we basically just I do this word train, right? So it's the word mature from the Merriam-Webster dictionary, having or showing the mental and emotional qualities of an adult. Because one thing with being mature in the spirit is knowing how to make quick judgment, and knowing how to make right judgment, along with even understanding certain emotional qualities. Because it's not a tough guy thing, yo. You have to know how to manage your emotions. Because even the prophets of old, you have prophets who cry, right? Yeah, this is life, yo. The most I make with emotions. So nothing is wrong with expressing emotions, but it's actually expressing emotions the right way, right? So just going into it, it says having a fully grown or developed body grown to full size, right? That's an example. Having reached a final or desired state, and this is very important. Having reached a final or desired state. So with the maturity, you always are gonna mature in this truth. In a life, you always are mature. Like, always keep moving. Even this truth is maturing. Certain things what we used to reach, what we used to do, we're not doing anymore because that was only for a time. So you have stages. So each stage have to come to its full maturity before you can go on to the stage that is to come, right? And that is being perfect when you overcome the faults or the challenges. So as soon as you complete one challenge, you're going to be in the next challenge will pop up. You're going to be immature to it until you work and overcome it, and you're going to mature to that challenge, and it goes on, and you keep on going. You're going to always grow while it is truth. Now, someone mature faster than others, just like naturally evil on a carnal level. Some babies mature faster than some, whether physically or mentally. Some babies mature physically, but them still mature. So why you have our next baby wait no mature as physical, but mentally they mature faster than the next baby, right? Just naturally. So not everybody are gonna mature upon the same rate, and not everybody maturity or not every challenge are gonna be the same thing. Some brothers may want mature upon being more humble or being more reserved, right? While other brothers need to mature upon speaking up, right? And so on and so forth, right? Everybody know themselves. So going on, it says, based on slow, careful consideration, right? Having complete natural growth and development. Now, the B is a very important thing to explain. It says, having attained, a final desire. I say I read that already. Actually went through it already. It says, having or relating to or being older and being an older adult, elderly, right? Relating to a condition of full development, right? All right, scrolling down to the second definition, right? Bringing to maturity or completion. We have one of them miss out on Slovakia. So we'll go down to the synonyms, right? And we'll go into each one of these synonyms, right? And just take with time and go through. So the first synonym there is age, right? Now when I scroll down to the second definition of age, it says a period of time dominated by a central figure or a prominent feature, right? So for example, like babies, right? You have a time where they're dominated by the lack of speech, right? But that is only for a time, right? And that is a feature for a time until them start dominating, uttering one and two words and go on. You have a time where them dominated by creeping, and then dominated by taking 2 steps at a time. They're dominated by a time where them can only walk, dominated by a time where them can run. Then overall, and each of it just build up to everything I prepare them for the thing that is to come, right? Because walking build you up to running build you up to jumping, right? And it helps you to maneuver the body, right? An advanced stage of life. So, but the main thing I'm going to focus on the second definition, a period of time dominated by a central figure or a prominent feature. Hey, when we just coming at the truth, we're dominated by being a mockingbird. We just repeat the breakdowns as we get them, and it come like if you're not bringing it out in the same exact order like how you get it, then it's not complete. While over time you grow, you get exposed to certain precept, you start learning how to take the breakdowns them from any angle, and you actually understand the overall understanding of the doctrine where you can bring it out from any angle, right? Depending upon who come up for challenge, right? Even at the spirit, you know how to deal with particular people who come up to the camp, because you're mature in a dealing with the people. You know, okay, when I see somebody come up to the camp like this, yeah, you can take your time and you can teach them. While you see somebody come up on the camp like that, you know, say, this is an arrogant asshole, and just don't deal with him. Or you just run him, or you just ignore him, right? So, hey, all of it have to do with maturity, right? Yeah, I think that was it on this word, age, right? So we're going back to the word mature, and we'll look up the word develop, right? Now the word develop says to cause to grow or become bigger or more advanced. So every day we're supposed to mature in this truth. Every day we're supposed to develop. Every day we're supposed to get more advanced within our knowledge, within your character, within your conduct, right? You can't end up on the same level. That is not life. That is death, right? To create something over a period of time, right? You build, you learn how to read more, you learn how to read, you get better at researching, you learn better at doing this breakdown. It's all about growth, right? The word here that we think about, right, is to create or produce, especially by deliberate effort over time. So it's an active thing. You have to continually do it, right? Constantly I do it, right? It says the fourth definition, right? To cause, to evolve or unfold gradually, to lead or conduct through a succession of states or changes, each which is a preparatory for the next, right? And that's what I explained earlier with the baby. You first you creep, you learn how to walk. You learn how to walk, you learn how to run. You learn how to run, you learn how to jump, right? And we're going to read this again. It says to cause, to evolve or unfold gradually, right? And we'll look up this word gradually as we go along. So the word gradually, right? The second definition, it says moving or changing in small amounts, happening in a slow way over a long period of time. And the brother Yair from our camp, he give me this book for read, known as the Slight Edge, right? And that book basically break this down perfectly. Say, yo, small steps I will actually build it up. You're not gonna grow overnight. Even that is truth, right? Yeah, it take a long time to grow, and the apostles and the elders them actually show you them stick to them labor and toil in this group over and over, but them never do it in a one day, yo. It take them 30 plus years to reach to the level where them they're right now, and hey, it's a very long time, yo. It's a very long time to actually be matured in the scriptures or in the truth. Right? It says moving or changing or developing by fine or often imperceptible degrees. Right? So the small and small notches, yo. Small and small increments, right? You keep on little by little, you put small increments, yo. Step by step. See that down there, the synonym step by step. Right? So going back to the fourth definition, read it again. To cause, to evolve or unfold gradually, lead or conduct through a succession, right, of states or changes, which is a preparatory for the next. And look up the word preparatory, used or done to prepare for something. Because everything what we go through right now are preparing for the days to come. Right? The time of Jacob's trouble, and not only the time of Jacob's trouble, but also in the rulership and the leading of the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing, we are part of the elect, right? Lord willing, we're one of those men, right? Introductory. So basically, we are being introduced to the kingdom of heaven. Basically, I don't remember which one of the apostles or elders may say it, but we actually, the kingdom of heaven is actually here right now, because the order already set up. And we just constantly, we already do what we are going to do in the kingdom, which is judging, getting things in order, and walking in righteousness to the best of our ability. Because the laws we can't keep in the kingdom, we can't keep them. So we just are going to do what needs to be done. So this is an introduction, right, to what is to come. Right? To acquire gradually, right? To go through a process of natural growth, right? Differentiation, right? Acquiring secondary sex characteristics. Take out the word sex and put acquiring of secondary characteristics, right? So basically, it's all about development, right? Going back to the words, because really no one want to make this too long. Right, which word is? Oh, mature, yes. So going back to the synonyms, right? The word grow, to become larger, to increase. So your spirit's supposed to increase in a righteousness, yo. Right? To become better or improve. You're supposed to improve every day. The new man being renewed day by day. Right? To become larger and change from being a child to being an adult. As time passes, because as time passes, I do some repetition, I repeat some things where I get better at. Like the video I do couple days back, or I think couple weeks back, where say repetition is key. Right, recently uploaded. I show you say, yo, the more you do something, the more you understand the essence of it. Right, to spring up or to develop to maturity. Right. I really have to go too much into that. And this is the word I'm going to look up now. The word progress. Movement forward or toward a place where we move forward to, yo, the kingdom of heaven, right, on that straight and narrow path, right? The process of improving or developing something over a period of time. So brothers, they're supposed to, hey, don't lie about the time we're in the truth, yo. And don't force if you do certain things. You have a thing out here in Jamaica, we say, oh, don't force ripe. Because when a force ripe, basically, you're not mature properly. You can't eat. If you eat a force ripe, like eat a spray chemicals on these fruits for mature quick. When I eat a force ripe papaya, force ripe mango, it tastes horrible, yo. It only have the appearance of maturity, but when you actually taste it, you have to throw it away because it's not profitable in a sense. Hey, when you have a premature baby, it's a baby with a lot of health defects, right? So don't try to be premature in this truth, yo. Wait out the time and give it. If you try to drink premature wine, right? You take up a wine 5 years old when it tastes good, yes, but if you left it for 10 years, it's not going to taste like it's supposed to taste if you left it for 10 years or 20 years, right? So you don't try to be premature in this. If a journey ends prematurely, it means you never reach your destination, right? You then at the middle of the destination, you don't reach nowhere, yo. But it take labor, yo. We are walk the straight and narrow path, right? As the tell us, say, yo, the fire on one side and water on the next. A royal journey, right? Well, marked by pomp and pageant. Hey, we not really depend on that, yo. Hey, we all to the praise and glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So screw that definition there, right? A tour or circuit made by an official. Hey, when you ever go to what them call it, an obstacle course. Every time I go through it, yo, something build, yo. You build physically. So we go through them spiritual obstacle course here. We go build you up. When you go through your training circuits, right? So you can perform better when it's time for the game. Right? A forward or onward movement as to an objective or to a goal. Gradual betterment, the progressive development of mankind. But we're not about mankind, the progressive development of Yasharala, yo. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Advancement. So that is what it means to actually becoming a man, yo. For basically a grow every day, little by little in small increments in a righteousness, yo. And it's, as we should, the word age show is just a dominant feature for our time. So we not expect, say, yo, a baby after 3 years is still a creep. No. Something wrong with that. If you have a baby with a creep after 3 years, it basically you have some deficiency in the leg, yo. That's exactly what it means. Now, can him recover? Yeah, you might can recover, yes, if you put in the work into it. But any normal baby, by 3, you run him down for cut him ass, yo. Because even in cognitive processes build up to a certain way where him start fresh himself and feel like him know certain things, right? And that's why even through the spirit, the elders, we are spiritually, yo, get out certain niggerish shit out of we, yo, so we can be perfect, so we learn. So, alright, we don't really want to stretch this too long. Think the point has been made. Hope you brothers are edified. And once more, we want to say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways, pushing this word now, sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.